The purpose of a display is to pass on information to someone, and that information may have been gathered by using a survey. So in this lesson, we're going to talk about putting together a survey or trying to understand whether someone's information they're giving you is valid because their survey was a good survey put together well. So we're going to identify biased samples and biased questions and see how that can affect survey results. As you're collecting information in a survey, you're going to be asking people what their opinions are. And the people that you ask, that you are trying to survey, are called the population. So a population is the group of people that you're collecting information from. For example, it could be you're trying to get people's opinion about what their favorite ice cream flavor is in middle school. So you wouldn't be asking high school students that, you'd be asking middle schoolers. So that would be your population, as an example. So if you want to know the opinion of middle school students on an issue, you could ask every middle school student if you wanted to. If you wanted to know the opinion of every middle school student in the state of Delaware, that would probably be prohibitive. You couldn't do that. Certainly if you want to know the opinion of all the middle school students in the United States, you couldn't ask every one of them. So you're just going to ask a sample of them, and in order for the survey to be valid, it needs to be a representative sample. The people that you're asking have to be like other people in the population. You also want to find a way to do it randomly so that everybody has an equal chance of being chosen. So an example that wouldn't be random is, if you're talking about favorite flavor of ice cream, you wouldn't choose, well, you could do this, but it wouldn't be a great idea to say, I'm going to go out to practice after school and survey the soccer players, to just the middle school soccer players, or just the middle school volleyball players, or just the middle schoolers that are taking band. I'll go during a band rehearsal and just ask those kids in that class. So that's not really random. So you may say, I'll stand at the door of each class and ask every third person that comes through. I'll do 5th grade one day, 6th grade another day, 7th and 8th grade separate days. And you're just picking them as they come in the room. So that's random. It's not by any design or anything. It's just by chance. And a biased sample would be people that already have an opinion about whatever you're asking about. So say you wanted to know whether the middle schooler's opinion on whether we should add on to have a separate room for a band to practice so they're not up on the stage practicing. So you go and ask the people in band. Well, I think they're probably going to say, let's get a room of our own, because they're biased. They already have an opinion about that issue. So if you have a biased sample, it can throw off the results. If you're trying to extend that opinion onto the whole population, a biased sample would throw that off. The way that you asked your question or questions is extremely important when you do a survey. The biased question is a question that leads people to give a response that may not accurately reflect the opinion of the population. So it kind of leads people to a certain answer. So some examples are, don't you agree that everyone should get free ice cream every day? So if you don't agree, then you're like an idiot, because the way the question's asked, everybody should agree. So you could rephrase that to say, do you think that everyone should get free ice cream every day? And then it's no longer considered biased. Another example would be, considering its harmful effects on the environment, shouldn't styrofoam no longer be used? Well, if you already have stated it's harmful, you'd be kind of dumb to say you should keep using it. But you could change this question to say, do you think that styrofoam should no longer be used? Then you're not putting the bias into the question. So the way that you ask the question is important into getting valid results in your survey.